Hello, welcome to Blue Harvest Toys. You may or may not be aware, but the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie will be showing in cinemas around the globe this summer. Considering that the heroes in a half shell originally appeared on their own comic book series in 1984, they've had a legacy that dates back almost as far as Star Wars, which, as we know, was released in 1977. Teenagers, they are most definitely not. Despite their age, as a collectible, they haven't had anywhere near as impact as Luke Skywalker and pals. Although, this could be set to change. You see, although the mainly black and white comics first hit the shelves in the early 80s, it wasn't until 87 when the Turtles came out of the sewers, following a deal between creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, and the American toy company Playmates Toy Inc. At the time, Playmates was a small Californian firm that was looking to shake up the toy market with a new range of action figures. Along with some other creative bods, Playmates created an entire cartoon series themed around the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and toned down some of the violence of the original comics, opting for humorous catchphrases like "heroes in a half shell" or "lean green fighting machines" instead. The cartoon series launched in America in October 1988 and became an overnight success, catapulting the Turtles into the limelight and making it one of the most popular children's animated shows of all time. Of course, Playmates were ready to capitalise on the success of the show and had actually started releasing figures in the summer before it was first broadcast. Sales quickly spiked and the action figures were joined by all kinds of other merchandise, including soft toys, clothing, computer games and even Turtle-branded pizzas. The initial range of action figures included Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, April O'Neil, Shredder, Foot Soldier, Bebop, Rocksteady and Splinter, along with the following vehicles: Cheapskate, Knucklehead, Turtle Trooper, Turtle Blimp and Party Wagon. However, the range quickly expanded by 1997 and there were more than 300 action figures, and that doesn't include the numerous vehicles. Although the first wave of toys had clearly been inspired by the cartoons, the action figures became increasingly bizarre and there were some particularly unusual crossovers with other licenses. Like the Universal Monsters series, which saw Michelangelo turned into Frankenstein, Star Trek Turtles, and even a bizarre mix based around those trolls with the bright coloured hair. We won't feature them here, as they're enough to give you nightmares. However, by the end of the 1990s, the Turtle and their radical attitudes had become rather passé, and the TV series came to end in November 1996. The show had gone on to inspire a host of similar series, like Street Sharks or Biker Mice from Mars, that were more extreme or edgy for the action-hungry audience. Despite this, the Turtles continued to remain in the mainstream, with several live-action films, television shows, and a new cartoon in 2003. Although arguably it was a continued comic book series and the hugely popular Nickelodeon cartoon in 2012 that breathed new life into the franchise, alongside the CGI Turtles film from 2014, which has ensured the green machines were currently riding a wave of popularity. Auctioneer Andrew Stowe from East Bristol Auctions was asked whether he had seen this interest translate into vintage toy sales. Absolutely, he enthused. It wasn't so long ago that they were just old toys. Now some top prices are paid for carded figures and vehicles. I think, as with all things action figures related, it's primarily the figures people collect, because they're easier to display and look good on a shelf. The Turtle figures range was fairly extensive, but they were followed by an equally extensive list of playsets, vehicles and accessories. Usually the larger set will one that command the most interest, mainly the Sewer playset and the Technodrome, the two of the largest in the range, as many eager children ripped open the boxes on Christmas morning and instantly lost half the small pieces. They're hard to find now. Of course, as you know, Star Wars is a big name in vintage action figures, but could the Turtles ever reach these dizzying heights? That's an interesting one. I don't think anybody will ever be as big as Star Wars, but the world of the toys is fascinating at the moment. Walk into any leading high street toy shop and it looks no different from how it would 20 years ago. What's on the shelves? Star Wars, Lego, Turtles, Doctor Who, etc. And these are timeless collectibles. Most collecting, as we know, is nostalgia based. Who are buying the classic Turtle toys? 30, 40 somethings who want a piece of their childhood. There have been huge blockbuster turtle films in the recent years, and there was still a popular animated series made and broadcast. Children today love turtles still. When they grow up to be 30-somethings with extra income, they'll want to buy back a part of their childhood. Nothing lasts forever, and I think Turtles has at least 2 generations worth of collecting time still in them. There's also the sense that definitely here in the UK, Turtles toys may be flying under the radar of some collectors. So Andrew was asked if there was any particular pieces people should be looking out for. Scratch is somewhat of the holy grail. Yep, Scratch the cat, definitely, for turtle collectors. One of the last figures made in the Playmates Turtles line, production numbers were very low. Although they come up for sale quite often, a mint on-card Scratch can fetch anything from £200 to £600. Even loose figures can fetch into the hundreds, and the loose accessories that came with them can fetch a pretty penny. I've seen just the open card backs sell online for around $150 for a piece of card. In the playset range, the larger Technodrome set is the one for the larger wallet. These can fetch anything from £200 to £600 for a good boxed one. Slightly less field, one of the rarer pieces of Turtles and memorabilia is April O'Neil, Channel 6 news van, probably not very high on many children's wish lists. The van sold in limited numbers compared to the Turtles party wagon. Here in the UK there are seldom seen and even loose examples fetch a premium. So thank you for watching. If there's any toys you want me to talk about, let me know please in the comments below. See you next time, may the toys be with you.